The Keraton Fortress of Buton is one of the historical objects in Baubau City, southeast Sulawesi. This fort is a former capital city of the Buton Sultanate, which has a unique architectural form made of limestone or montane. This circular fort is around 2,740 meters long. The Keraton Fortress of Buton got an award from the Indonesian Record Museum, or MURI, and the Guinness Book of Record, released on September 2006 as the largest fortress in the world, with an area of around 23,375 hectares. The Keraton Fortress of Buton was built in the 16th century by the Third Sultan of Buton. His name was Sangaji, with the title Kaimuddin Sultan on 1591 until 1596. At the first, the fortress was only built in the form of a pile of stone arranged around a place complex, with the aim of making a guardrail between the place complex and community settlements, as well as a fortress. During the region of the Fourth Sultan of Buton, his name was Elangi, or Dayanu Ikhsanuddin Sultan. The fortress in the form of a pile of stone was made into a permanent building. Inside the fort area can be found various historical relics of the Buton Sultanate. Baubau stone is a natural stone with a longitudinal hole in the middle, and becomes a sacred stone because it was used as a place to take oaths of the kings and Sultan of Buton. It's called the Baubau stones because on this stone, the king and the Sultan will enter the left and the right foot alternately, with an oversized umbrella above the king or Sultan's head. Oath the position was then pronounced by the king and the Sultan, guided by a member of Sio Limbona. Kasulana Tombi, which means the flagpole, is made of teak and was founded at the end of the 17th century in the region of Sultan Sakiuddin Darul Alam. The positions at the astronomical point at position 5.28 to 32.1 south latitude and 122.36 to 05.4 east longitude, 21 meters high from the ground. This flagpole is used to fly the flag of the Buton Sultanate, Tombi Longa-Longa. In the 1870s, during the time of Sultan Muhammad Isa Kaimuddin, the flagpole was struck by lightning, so having damage. After firing this flagpole, it still stands firmly until now. Masjid Giogena, or the Great Mosque of Buton Sultanate, was established during the reign of Sultan Marhum Kaimuddin Khalifatul Hamis in 1541 AD, in a still simple form, in the form of a plank wall and thatched roof and deep floor. This mosque is located as astronomical point 5.28 to 24.8 south latitude and 122.36 to 07.0 east longitude. During the reign of Sultan Sakiuddin Darul Alam in 1712, the mosque was rehabilitated, with walls replaced with the neatly arranged stone with sand and limestone spaces and roof using nipa leaves. In 1929, the 37th Sultan of Buton, Laode Muhammad Hamidi Kaimuddin, replaced the roof of the mosque with zinc, as well as the stairs going up to the mosque, as well as being replaced using a mixture of cement, sand, and lime. Wood used to build the mosque is 313 pieces according the number of bones in humans. The number of steps to enter the mosque as many as 17 places, the same as the number of prayer times in a day and night. 12 doors and windows are analogous to 12 holes in humans. Until now, this mosque is still used as means of worship and religion activities of the community. The fortress has 12 gates called lawa and 16 cannon emplacement, which they call baluara. The word baluara comes from the Portuguese language baluer, which means bastion. Baluara was built before the place fort was founded in 1613 during the region of Elangi or Dayanu Ikhsanuddin, Fourth Buton Sultan, together with the construction of godo or warehouse. The 16 baluara, 2 of them have godo or warehouse located above the shrine, each of which serves as a place for storing bullets and gunpowder. Each row has different shape adapted to the condition of the land and place. The names of baluara are named according to the name of the village where the baluara is located. The name of the village was in the place fort during the Sultan of Buton. Because of its location on fairly high hilltop with a fairly steep slope, this place is perhaps the best place of defense in its time. Until now, the cannon still excited and become a big historical tourist attraction. Tomb of Sultan Marhum. Sultan Marhum Kaimuddin Khalifatul Khamis was the 6th king of Buton after embracing Islam. He then changed the system of royal government to the Sultanate in 1541 AD, which later made it the first Sultan of the Sultan of Buton. Sultan Marhum is also known as Laki Laponto, Timba-timbanga Lato-laki. He was increasingly busy when he succeeded in quelling the interference of the one-eyed pirate later Lapolontio and successfully reconciled the warring kingdom, namely Mekonga and Konawe, for 8 days and 8 nights. Sultan Marhum is also the founder of the foundation of an Islamic-based government in the territory of the Kingdom of Buton. Marhum ruled as a king for 20 years and as Sultan for 26 years. Igandangi Stone. Igandangi Stone is a 1.40 meters high stone monument that has a gap on the outside. In the past, there were springs in this rock gap which were believed to be able to remove water in there would be coronation of the king or sultan. It was called Stone Igandangi because this place was carried out with a drum beating the night before the inauguration of the king and the Sultan of Buton, so that the holy water or tirta came out to bathe the prospective sultan who would be thrown and appointed to the house to be sent. In the heyday of the Buton Sultanate, the existence of the Buton Place Fortress had a major influence on the existence of the kingdom. In more than 4 centuries, the Sultan of Buton could survive and avoid the threat of the enemy. From the edge of the fort that is still standing firmly, you can enjoy the view of the city of Baubau and the boats back and forth on the Buton Strike clearly from a hedge.